Praise God, praise God, praise God. Happy New Year. Everybody watching us on Sowa TV, Wale Water, on Stowa TV, everyone that has been following our program, I'm so excited that we are back with this thing called marriage. And it has been like how many months? 2 months?
Not 2.
More.
1 and something.
Yeah, we are taking a short break on this thing called marriage, and we are back. We are back because we want to let you know that this thing called marriage is back, sharing things on marriage, talking to you about marriage, and we are very sure that you're going to be enriched, you're going to be blessed, you're going to have an encounter. And as we always say, every Tuesday we call it
Terrific Tuesday.
Yes, we sit down on this couch, on this wonderful seat to discuss this thing called
marriage.
Because we believe that marriage is good.
Marriage works. If only you work it.
And tonight we are here to discuss marriage, and we are very happy that you're going to be. So kindly talk to whoever you can talk to, tell whoever you can tell. If you're watching us on social media, invite whoever you can invite. Those are watching at home. Powerful. We're going to discuss this thing called marriage. We are very excited because we're very sure something good is in store. There's something that God has in store for you. And as we're going to discuss this thing on marriage, we are very sure that you're going to be blessed. You're going to enjoy it to the latter. So karibuni sana. Today, I'm here with my partner in Christ and my partner in
Christ.
In crime. And she's my wife, my friend, and everything else that pertains to life and godliness. So, before I go far, I want to invite her to invite people, all the people on social media.
We are excited that we are back on your screens, like we never left. 2022, bigger and better with this thing called marriage. And we know that this year, marriages are going to be enriched. And we are planning to be meeting all of you that have been our loyal family on this thing called marriage. We're going to have one grand meeting, physical meeting, whereby we'll meet up with all the couples that we have been blessing. And that one is an impromptu meeting that has been created on TV right now, just to, make you know that one day we will meet physically. But we are excited to be back on the screens with this thing called marriage. This year we have been off for almost 6 weeks or so, just giving consecration to the new year with prayer and fasting. And now that the year has officially kicked off with fasting away, with prayer and fasting, the completion of the prayer and fasting, we are back with this thing called marriage. Why don't you look for your neighbor that loves this thing called marriage? Why don't you look for your sister? Why don't you look for your friend? Why don't you look for your partner, your spouse, and tell them that this thing called marriage is back? And we are live on Sowa TV. We are live on Facebook. We are live on RevB and Sound of Abundance Facebook page. We are live on Ladies of Royal Distinction, live on Sowa TV KE on Facebook. And we are also live on YouTube on RevB and Sound of Abundance Church. Also on Sowa TV on YouTube. Karibuni sana. The topic of tonight is awesome. Is going to be a blessing to you. So just sit down, relax, grab a cup of tea, grab a cup of water, juice, and sit and prepare yourself to hear what this thing called marriage has for you, the first topic of 2022.
Yes, so wherever you are watching us, and those who are watching us on Sowa TV, you can get in touch with us, you can call us, you can talk to us on 0727 438 728. 0727 438 728. You can drop us a comment, you can drop us your suggestion, you can drop us your, if you're getting blessed, or you can also use 0705
899 608.
Wonderful. So everyone watching, karibuni sana, and we want everyone possible. Let's make sure this thing is as interactive as possible. Let's make sure it is as interactive as possible. And we're very sure you're going to be blessed tonight by the grace of God. And I'm very sure God is going to bless you. Whichever way, karibu sana and get ready. And today, we are here to discuss on the thing of marriage. And as we start in the year, marriage is one thing that has been having a lot of battles, challenges. Marriage is an institution where many people don't even understand how do we go about it. Many people don't even know what do we do about it. Many people don't even know what is this thing called marriage. And there are people in marriage who are wounded. There are some who are happy. There are some who are just confused. There are some who are just hanging in there. There are some who have just decided to walk out. So what is this thing about marriage? What does it entail? What we're discussing this thing called marriage, what exactly are we talking about? What is it that we need to discuss? And we want everybody present, everybody watching. Get your notebook, get your pen. Let's talk about this thing called marriage. Let's discuss about marriage. Let's know, how do you enhance your marriage? How do you make your marriage better? How do you make your marriage be something that you are proud of? Something that is going to help you, something that is going to make your marriage just become something so nice that will bless you. So how do we get there? How do we get to the place where we are talking about marriage? How do you make your marriage effective? How do you make your marriage important? How do you make your marriage work? Because as I said earlier, there are people who are already extremely tired with marriage, and there are some who feel like, let's push days. So the question is this: how do we do that? How do we make marriage work? So there's this thing called marriage. And tonight we are discussing on the matter of love. Very, very strong point. Very, very important point, because that's where love begins from. So also, we're in the month of February. We call it the month of love. And so we start from there. So everyone that is watching, your comments, your feedback, your take is also allowed. Let's continue.
Just to kickstart it off, why is February called the month of love?
I think it's because of the Valentines. Mm-hmm. That is always, people celebrate love. They believe that because of the Valentines, mm-hmm. Is the month of love. So for the next few days, we'll be there on Valentine's Day.
Yeah, in a few days, like I think 13 days, mm-hmm. should be 13 days to Valentine's Day. And the essence and the thing of Valentine's is like just the general international celebrations that we have, like Women's Day, Mother's Day, Father's Day, and all that. So in celebration of love and the importance of love to the human race, that is how Valentine's came. And one way or the other, because love is very highly celebrated, mm-hmm. it ended up to be one of the major days in the year. So being that February is quote unquote the month of love, being that 14th February is Valentine's Day, we have taken the initiative to concentrate and consecrate the month on this thing called marriage, on love. We'll be learning more about love. We'll be learning the in-depth of, the psychology of love, the beauty of love, how and where couples miss it when it comes to love. So this month, you don't want to miss it in any way. Make sure you are part of us on this thing called marriage as a couple, and we'll be able to, stand with you and assist you rekindle love if it has gone down, or make it better if it is already there. Love is very important for every couple. It is very important in any marriage. If the component of love is missing, then the marriage will have, wishy-washy, itakuwa na mashimo. It will have some holes that will leave the marriage wanting in one area or the other. So today we'll be handling what exactly is love. We'll be looking at the natural knowledge of love, and also we'll be looking at love from the biblical perspective. Also we'll be looking at the components of love, and also we'll be looking at types of love. Mm-hmm. So it's going to be almost 1 and something hour of a beautiful time where we'll be discussing more about love. If you need to write it down, need to take notes, if you need to, record it, you can feel very comfortable to do so as we venture on. What is your little or much knowledge of love from your experience as a married man? What is your knowledge of love? Apart from now the definitions that we have this evening, what would you say love is in your own words?
In my own words, love is a feeling, it's an expression that you have towards a person. Mostly bearing in mind there are different types of love, but I would say simply is an expression of feeling or an expression towards somebody. Yes.
Okay, for me, I think if someone would just ambush me and ask me what do you think love is, for me, I'd say apart from love being a feeling, love is action. How you show how someone tends to feel that they are loved by you as their husband or as their wife is through the actions, how you portray it, how you carry yourself, how you carry that person, how your relationship physically, the action part of it comes out when you're together with your spouse. So apart from it, biblically, the command of love is for who? The man?
The man is to love.
So for a woman, we are not anywhere in connection with love. That tends to be a little bit controversial or a bit confusing, because as human beings, we all, children, adults, and every other person, we tend to have the feeling of love. Okay? So when the command of love or to love is only to the man, so what happens to the feelings of love that women have? Okay? Have you ever sat down and wondered to that kind of a question? Because the command of love is on the husband. Husbands, love your wives. Okay? And then the wives are also done what? Given the command to do what? To submit. So, but intently, as a woman, you have love feelings towards your spouse. Okay? So, it is not in our place to love, right?
My understanding of that context, God was trying to put everybody on his own lane. Because even the man, as much as, matter of fact, as much as man is to love his wife, is because God was putting hierarchy. Man, love your wife. Women, submit. So, what do? As this man is showing you this, the only way you can reciprocate is by submitting to him. So, I think God was putting a hierarchy. That does not mean that one partner should not love. Both partners should be in love. But the major principle in the context of marriage is that the woman is to submit. And I think because God knew women will have an issue of submitting. So God had to put that. We'll have an issue submitting. So God had to put order. So God was putting order. These are supposed to be, man, you can be very animalistic, you can be ballistic, you can be careless. So your work in the concept of marriage, your work is to make sure you drop down and you love the woman. And then you, woman, when the man loves you, you come under him. So it's like God was trying to put an order of how a home setup or a marriage setup can work. So God was putting our principle and a way of how things should run.
It's like responsibilities.
Yes.
Even if you have that feeling of, and again also, there is this other part of the scripture that says, submit yourselves one to another. So even at some point, for marriage to work, there is that point of lazima, you get to a point whereby you mnashukiana, the bending part, okay? Things are not going okay. You are to blame, I am not to blame. The blame game and all that, when that gets to a point whereby it is cornered, there's that submit one to another.
Yes.
Okay.
There's a place of compromise.
Yeah. So I think this thing again, if you look at it in the in-depth, the love part is for both, but a commandment to one, the man, and the submission part is for the woman. But again, also if things get to a certain extent, there's that point whereby you need to compromise, submit yourselves one to another. But it is the holy duty, the whole duty of submission is entirely on the woman. So much of it, as we discuss about love, don't look at it as now this thing is just catapulted or set aside for men. It is the command of husband, love your wife. and not us as women to do what? To love. So generally we are talking about how the couple can make their marriage work, how the couple can be able to brew love, how the couple can be able to rekindle love, especially more so that February is the month of love. So having given the personal descriptions or the personal views and personal knows of what love is, then we are going to be looking at the dictionary or the natural description of what love is. And I've captioned here and said, love is a set of emotions and behaviors characterized by intimacy, passion, and commitment.
Well, okay.
Love is a set of emotions and behaviors characterized by intimacy, passion, and commitment. That is the natural description of it. What do you have to say about that?
It makes sense. It's true. It's heavy in terms of, if you put it like that, the issue, the word passion, commitment, those are very, very heavy things. You know, 3 in 1 is very strong. Yes.
All right. So the emotions and the behaviors characterized by intimacy, and going down here, we'll be looking at intimacy, passion, and commitment as the components for me that build up love.
Yeah.
Okay? Love cannot only be love, you know, just like I love you. Okay? There are those things that build it up. There is what makes love love.
Yes.
Okay? True. When you say you love and you're careless with your wife, when you say you love and you're disrespectful to your husband, then that love is not complete. That is why it is a set of emotions that are characterized with certain behaviors that portray what? Intimacy, that portray passion, and that portray commitment to one person. So, love is not only words. Love is deep. And when you look at it from a deeper perspective, especially from the description that we have gotten, many people tend to have a misconception on it. Me, I love you, nakupenda. Haje. You're not helping, you know, you are, you know, distant. You are careless. You are not concerned. You are mishandling your husband in one way or the other. Would you really sit down and conclude and say that completely, I love my husband? Or would you sit down and say completely from the description, the natural description that we have had, it is a set of emotions that are characterized by a certain behavior of intimacy, a certain behavior of passion, and a certain behavior of commitment. So that is just to say that love is not only love. Love is not only confession. Love is not only saying. Love is a component. It's like this finger, this hand cannot be a hand if it is missing some fingers. Are we seeing it?
Yeah.
Yeah? So what is your input?
I agree. Love is not a word. Love is not a statement. Love is not only a feeling. Love, when you bring in the issue of love, you're bringing a lot of things. A lot of things. And also, one thing about love is there's the proof of love. There's what shows you in love. There are things that you do that naturally will show you are not in love. There are things you do that will show naturally this person is in love. And as we said, there are different types of love. So what happens is Bible says love is stronger than death. How can love be stronger than death and death kills? So it means love goes beyond death. Love goes beyond self. Love goes beyond words. Love goes beyond what you see. So love is very deep and very broad. So when you come to the issue of I love someone, that is why there are things before you say, you have to consider what you're saying. Tell somebody I love you, as much as somebody might say actions are louder than words, but exactly what do you mean? Because love is what you mean. Love is a doing word. It's not a statement of fact. It's a doing word. Nikisema hivi na hiyo kinamaanisha. So by the fact, sometimes like our fathers, you will hear that they never told our mothers I love you. But there are things that they did that the mother knew jamaa anipenda. Matter of fact, I think the romantic part of love just came the other day. So love in its own sense is an action. It's like doing what? A friend of mine, a man of God who said, he has an issue with telling his wife, I love you, or say sorry. So what he will do, he will come with flowers. He will come with nyama choma. So according to him, come with nyama choma. The wife should have kushikanisha we hii ni kuonesha nakupenda. The wife should get it. Me coming with nyama choma, I don't come with it every day. So when I buy you, if I give you 10,000, is that either I'm trying to say sorry, or I love you. If I bring you flour, I bring you a cake, I bring you a chocolate. It's an action that shows there's a feeling. The thought of you is love. Mm-hmm. Yes.
All right. So we go to the second definition of the natural definition of love. Before we go to the biblical definition or the biblical meaning of love, we have started like eating this thing of love from the top. Okay. People have to understand that love is not only words. Love is not only action. It is a combination of several things. So, number 2 definition, the natural definition of love. Love is the act of care, closeness, protectiveness, attraction, affection, and trust. When you talk about love, you talk about all those things.
Talk about trust.
You talk about love is the act of care, closeness, protectiveness, attraction, affection, and trust.
Do you want to tell me that if people are in love, or when two people are in love, especially in the context of marriage, that you have to be close?
Yes.
There are people who are married and they're not close.
That is wrong.
So are you going to say there's no love there?
Yes.
I disagree.
Or there's a problem with love.
I disagree.
So you can disagree and give us your base on the disagreement.
There are people who are not close, not because they have issues. They meet in the house, they're okay. They have their own schedule, they have their own life, they have their own things, but they are not close per se. Probably their work models, the way they do their things, does not permit them to be close. So when we meet in the evening in the house, I'm tired, you're tired, that was yours today. There's no problem, but they are not close. There are other people who I love my husband, but I don't trust him. But I love him. So my take is, yes, you can love someone, but there are some things you don't trust about them. Because also love, let's not forget, love has a place of attraction. Love has a place of love has a place of admiration. Love has a place of a feeling. So you can have a feeling towards someone, you can be in love with someone, but if you look, you don't trust. So that will make you either move in or not move or move out. But still is love. That is my take. So I tend to disagree with the point of you have to be closer. No, it's not a must. You can be in love. And there are people naturally, their marriages, which they are not close. Matter of fact, the man does not know what the wife does. Everybody wakes up in the morning, they go their different ways. At the end of the day, when they come back together, there's no issue per se. Yeah. On Saturday, the man will go to his own meeting, the wife will go to his own charmer, and they'll meet in the evening. How was the day? My day was good. How was yours? Fine. Okay. Had the kids, they're okay. That does not mean they don't love each other.
You see, when you look at it from that perspective, you're looking at it with the eye of the closeness of you're together everywhere, which is impossible.
No.
It is. You're looking at it that way. Like when you're the description from what I've gotten from you, when you're talking about closeness, you're looking at it from the point of being together like all the time, or being with each other everywhere. Mm-hmm. Is that what you meant?
Yes.
Which is impossible, because at the end of the day, you people have to dispatch and go your ways to be able to fend for the family. Mm-hmm. Okay, and then it is absolutely impossible as a couple to be together 24 hours. It's not possible. The closeness that is meant here by as an act of love is the closeness of, I know you're in the office, but between morning and lunch hour, we have spoken at least once. Okay? We are together, even if we are not together physically. I know what my husband is up to. He knows what the wife is up to. Closeness. I can tell right now by sensations at the onset of love. There's a certain kind of closeness that even when you have decided to meet per se, you're supposed to be meeting at a certain restaurant in town. You can tell that your significant other is almost getting there, isn't it? Mm-hmm. Do you remember those kinds of feelings?
Yes.
That is a certain level, high level of closeness and connection that tells you my significant other is almost here by senses. Okay? So I think you looking at it from that perspective of closeness is wrong, because it's impossible. It's impossible for any couple to be together the whole day.
It's not impossible.
It is very impossible. It is very.
There are people that work together.
There are people that work together.
For morning TV.
That's why, actually, in looking at it like that, it's not actually impossible. But again, also, it is not possible that by the end of the day, 7 days a week, 1 whole month, 3 months, 12 months, you've been together, day and night. It's not possible.
How many times have we been like that?
We have been like that, but not consistently. Like today, I've just seen you in the evening. We have not been together, but I knew where you are, you knew where I was. Okay? When we mean closeness, when the act or one act of love is closeness, the closeness of you have a certain relationship, drawn relationship to your spouse. It doesn't mean proximity. It doesn't mean closeness. It doesn't mean I have to be around my husband to be termed as we are close. Or I have to be around my wife to be termed as we are close. Mtakula nini? If at all mtashinda pamoja. When will you be able to have your me times? When will you be able to run your lives as a person? So the act of love, one is what he has talked about, closeness, which for me, I'm not looking at closeness from the proximity, like being together physically. I'm looking at closeness as a relation, a connection that you have with your spouse. That you can be able, you can tell that I'm close to my husband. In what sense? Probably in sharings, probably in communication, probably in plannings, in your progresses as a couple. So closeness can be in vast ways, also including what? The proximity part, which the proximity part is totally impossible for you to be together 365 days a year, 24 hours. Haiwezekani. There's just a place whereby you'll find your husband has gone or you have gone, and maybe in 2 hours you meet, or maybe in 3 hours you meet. So the other act of love is care. Mm-hmm. Okay? Speak to us about it.
Care, concern. An
act of love. Love is the act of care, closeness.
Like today I was praying for a certain lady. The husband they have 3 children. And the husband has moved out. And she was telling me the husband would, she would call the husband, because telling the husband, we have no food. And the man didn't care what they eat. If the kids are fine, he doesn't care. He doesn't come home. So he might say, I love my children. I love my wife. But when we talk about care, we talk about provision also. Whereby you need to feel and know, how is this person feeling? How are they faring on? How are they emotionally? How are they dealing with day-to-day challenges that he or she might be encountering? So yes, when it comes to love, you can never put care away from it. Because one of the ways that shows that you love is when you care.
In other words, if you show some signs of carelessness, it means that love has an issue.
Yeah, probably, yeah.
Okay? In other words, again, there is no love without care.
Care is a proof of love.
Is an act of love.
Because you can love someone, but you don't know how to care for them.
That is different.
No.
Not knowing is different, because you can be taught or you can learn.
Yes.
But there's the aspect of yapping. I love my wife. I love my husband. And there is no care. You absolutely, the man is dying with malaria on the couch, and you don't know even if he has taken dawa. That is lack of care. Okay? You absolutely know you're hurting your wife's feelings by whatever you're doing, and you absolutely do not care, or you're continuing with your careless acts. There is no love there. That's the point whereby I want us to meet at the middle. So, as a component, or as a build-up of love, care must be there.
Yeah, care is part of love.
Okay? And what is care anyway? Care is concern. Care is a deep concern. Okay? Deep concerns, as you have said, of the day-to-day happenings of a person's life. Like in your example, you said that the man has gone, doesn't care what the family is eating, how they are surviving, even after the wife calling him in and telling him that we do not have food. All right? So getting to that point, even without being told, that man is careless. And with carelessness, there is no love. Is that what you are saying?
The question is this.
Yeah.
The question is, at what point of care that we say there's no love or love has died?
The point of...
Because there are people, for example, there are people that love or care, but their care is just, it's not care anymore. Let me give you an example. Probably you have a wife and children. You are not home. And then you send them like 100 shillings. That is care. But what kind of care is that? You have children.
Probably that's what they have. That's all they have.
No. Even if you say you care, let's talk about, I have 3 children. These 3 children, they eat breakfast, lunch, and dinner. I'm not home. If I say I care, I give them 100 shillings. If that's all I have, I should give an explanation. And not even me. If I have proper care, care will push me to make sure I provide. I will go an extra mile to provide and make my people comfortable. So, while you care about your family, and you don't know what they eat, how they dress, how they feel, how they think. You don't. That is cold love or careless love. Cold or careless love.
Cold.
Yeah, because the truth is, if you love, you could be in love with that person, and you wish them well, but you just behaving somehow. You're not.
I think also the issue, or when you talk about the issue of love, it is affected by so many things. Affected by who did you learn love from? What is the example of that you're learning of love from? Okay, and especially this thing called love is brewed from childhood, because that is where children are taught how to the values of life are first instilled at home. Is it true? So if there is no proper teaching, or there is no proper guidance, or there is no proper show of love, especially from the parents, because children, when they are young, they pick a lot of the things that they grow up with, or they run up with in life from what? From their parents.
Yes.
So even love, the first place they learn to love is with their parents.
True.
So if you miss it at that point, it means you will struggle on in destiny, because that's a value that should be instilled there.
But you see also,
love your siblings, love your neighbor. You shouldn't handle auntie like that. Respect daddy. We should pray for daddy. Daddy wants a new job. All that is values, instilling values in this child. So again, also, I can't majorly blame carelessness on someone who doesn't know how to, as in put it completely, and this one now doesn't know how to love. I think some people just do not know how to express this thing, and it goes to the extent of now carelessness.
As much as it could be.
Question. before you go further, before I move out from here, can you teach someone to care?
Yes, because I don't want to look at a scenario whereby I want to encourage a careless man with the words of, oh, nobody taught me, I never knew. The moment you're in love, matter of fact, this is the thing. When you're in love with someone, care comes first and it comes automatically. Let me give example of a man. You want a lady and you like her. The moment you talk to her, you want to meet her in a restaurant and to pay the bill. You want to buy a gift. That is care. That is showing love. So when it comes to a point now you're married and now your family does not have food, you cannot use the platform of I was not trained. Unless even the wife you met in the bush. But you see, somebody who goes and gets a woman to marry or a man to get married to, one of the things that will be a downplay, something that will be flowing is care. Matter of fact, care is what will lure this person into falling in love with you more.
So again, you are saying that if care is not there, love is questionable.
Yes.
Okay.
So, a matter of fact, when you care for someone, because I strongly believe, this is what I strongly believe, on whoever, before two people decided to become a couple, they cared and they felt they want to care for each other.
What I agree with you 100% is that the feeling of care is automatic. It's true. When the couple began the journey of love, there was a lot of care. You know, ile mpaka kubebewa handbag. Yeah, there was a lot of that. There was a lot of, hey, has my husband showered? Has my husband eaten? So when this thing is dropping, it means there is a problem with love. I agree. It's not anything that someone needs to be taught. It's someone that is something that
it's spontaneous.
Yeah, it's spontaneous. It's something that should come naturally.
Yes.
Okay. Protectiveness. Love is an act of care, closeness, protectiveness, protecting the one that you love.
Yes.
Okay. Against what?
Against
hurt, against people, against
yourself.
Against yourself. Explain that one.
That means you must make sure you get to a point you cannot hurt yourself. You protect the person you love against yourself. So that means you cannot do something to them that will hurt them.
Okay. Attraction is an act of love, care. Is an act of care, closeness, protection, attraction.
Come again.
Love is an act of care, closeness, protectiveness, and then attraction. So attraction is also a component that comes with love.
Yes. Attraction. Matter of fact, for me, before love, attraction comes first. It's attraction that makes you fall in love. You cannot fall in love with someone you're attracted to. Lazima mtu kabisa tu, there's a way they have caught your attention. They have taken you up. There's a way when somebody is attracted to you, it will push them to fall in love with you. Before even love, attraction is first.
Affection. Attraction, affection. Those words zinakukanganya. Love is the act of care, closeness, protectiveness, attraction, affection. Attraction is physical. Affection is...
That's good.
I'm asking you.
What?
Love, attraction. You know your...
Attraction is you feel you want somebody. Affection is you feel something for someone. You feel drawn to them. You feel you want them. You feel you want to spend time. You have this it's a feeling that comes in you as a person.
Let's go to the biblical meaning of love. The biblical meaning of love. 1 Corinthians 13. That one, what we were discussing was the natural, which is the dictionary description of it. And we read from the book of 1 Corinthians 13. And this is what the Bible says, 13 verse 4. This is what the Bible says. It says, love is patient and kind. Love is not jealous or boastful or proud. Verse 5, it says, or rude. It does not demand its own way. It's not irritable, and it keeps no record of being wronged. 7, it does not rejoice about injustice, but rejoices whenever the truth wins out. Love never gives up, never loses faith, is always hopeful, and endures through every circumstance. Love, yep, I think up to 7. 7 is what he's talking. The Bible is giving its own description of what love is. From 1 Corinthians 13, 4 to 7, it's exactly dropping down what is love. It says love is patient and kind. Love is not jealous or boastful or proud. Love is or rude. It does not demand its own way. It's not irritable, and it keeps no record. Being a man of God, talk to us about love on the perspective of the word.
If we follow that scripture, many people have fallen short of love. If we follow that concept that love does not keep records of wrong, love is long suffering, love is love endures at all times, or that, many people then are not in love. Because what is happening is as long as what the Bible is saying about love is not proud. Love is not being proud. I wish I can get that scripture again. So it will show you that when there is love. So let's start with the first one.
Yeah.
Let's start with the first one. It says love. That is verse 1.
Verse 4.
Verse 4. It says love is patient. How many people are not patient with their spouse?
So many.
Number 2, love is kind. Kind means how you talk, how you treat somebody. Love is not jealous. Give me a scenario. Today I was praying for a lady whose husband is jealous that the wife is working. So the husband has told her, stop working, come stay at home. That is not love. Bible said love is not boastful. Haukuja hapo na kuringia bibi yako kama kuringia your wife. You're not feeling like love is not proud. No matter what happens, you are not proud about you. What do you call it? You're not proud. You are down to earth. You don't look down on another person. So it says, love does not envy, boast. Love is not arrogant. There are people who are so arrogant when it comes to love. Oh, very, very arrogant. It is not rude. That the way some men talk to their wives, there's no love. They are very rude, arrogant. They are very
careless.
Even women, love does not irritate.
It's not irritable.
So there are people who will just irritate you. Mama na kusinya. What is that? That is not love. Love should not make your partner feel uncomfortable. So when we follow this description, if you check at your husband, check at your wife, are you seeing love anywhere? Is there something that you have noticed that you say, this one, easy upendo? So if you go by that scripture or by that standard, then many of us are falling short. Yeah,
completely. And the Bible should be what we weigh ourselves with. Is absolutely the manual of every human being.
Somebody said it's our standard for living.
Yeah. So someone is commenting here, and it's quite funny. He's saying hapo kwa kubebewa bag ma'am, kama hubebewi tena ni nini? No caring.
Before we go to answer that one, we are always very, very happy that we sit on this couch to discuss this thing called
marriage.
We believe that marriage is good.
Marriage works.
If only
working.
We take a short break. We'll be right back to continue with this thing called marriage and love. Don't touch.
7 daily habits that build a strong romantic relationship. 1. Engage in physical intimacy. Physical intimacy is one of the most important parts of the romantic relationship. That's why you should hug, kiss, and hold each other's hand. It's a great way to express your love, care, and support. Don't hesitate, and cuddle your loved one every time you want. 2. Practice free and open communication. Communication is a great way to get to know each other better, to support and understand each other. It can help to solve all the problems, and avoid quarrels. That's why it's so important to communicate with your loved one a lot. 3. Find new ways to connect with one another. You should always try to find out something new about each other. You should find new topics to discuss, new places to go, and new goals to achieve. In this way, you'll renew your connection and become closer. 4. Fix any fights you might have within the day. You should never go to bed until you solve your problems. If you have had any quarrel or disagreement, you should discuss it and fix the problem. In this way, you'll understand the reasons for your problems, and will be able to avoid new quarrels. By solving your problems before going to bed, you'll become closer. 5. Give compliments one another. You should always try to increase each other's self-esteem. Don't lose an opportunity to give compliments to each other. In this way, you'll also show that your partner is the best for you. You'll express your love. 6. Share a few laughs together. Humor is one of those things which unite two loving hearts even more. Just have fun together. Jokes and funny situations will make your life together bright. Remember that sense of humor is always attractive. 7. Talk about your future. Many people are afraid to talk about it. They don't want to frighten their partner and destroy their relationship. However, those couples who are not afraid to discuss their future are the strongest. They really love each other and want to stay together despite all possible obstacles.
Welcome back. I'm so glad that you're back with us in this thing called
marriage.
We believe that marriage is good.
Marriage works. If only you work it.
And tonight we are here to help you
work your own.
Yes, and we're discussing this thing on love. Love manenos. Love. Mapenzi kibao. And many, especially African people, there are people who don't even know the meaning of love, how to be in love, how to behave in love, what exactly is love. So, hata kuna watu tunaongea inakani kama ni fumbo. So why? Because many people don't even understand exactly what is this thing you're talking about called love or marriage. And you will find one of the people just met and they decided to live together, and then from there wakapata watoto. So at some point they really don't have the values or the things that will keep them together what will keep them in one place as husband and wife. So that's what you find. Some people don't know, am I living with this woman because I love her? I got myself in a situation with her, or exactly do I really love her? So it's very important you know concerning love. Yani, huyu mtu niko naye nampenda. Because love goes beyond children, love goes beyond money, love goes beyond good moments, love goes beyond relatives, friends, love goes beyond anything. So love is sacrificial and love also is selfish. Especially women's love are very selfish. So love can be very selfish. At the same time, love is selfless. Somebody can do anything for love. Even kill. People can do anything. Love is sweet and love also is painful. So that's why I want you to understand that love is a very strong thing. You know, hauishi na mtu je watoto, je mapenzi. Hauishi na mtu because unataka muishi. Mnaishi because kitu ya kwanza it's love. It's love that brought you together. Very, very important.
Very important.
Very important.
And one of the things that we cannot overlook is that this month, as they say, is the month of love.
Yes.
And again, also, the marriages are having issues. And when you look down, the challenge is love, could be. So this month, let's take advantage and rekindle the love in the marriages. We'll be talking so many topics every other Tuesday that we'll be touching on this thing called love.
Yes,
okay?
yes.
Apart from this thing called marriage. Marriage is marriage, yes. But marriage is a build-up of love. Marriage is a build-up of a commitment. Marriage is a build-up of submission. Marriage is vast. But one of the things being that February is the month of love, we'll be handling is love. And today we've begun on a high note whereby we have openly broken down what exactly love is on a natural basis or on the dictionary basis. Then we went and further and understood the biblical meaning of love, which is very deep. What God describes as love is very, very deep, and majority of us marking or gauging ourselves with what biblically is love, we absolutely may fail below 50%. So marriages could be suffering, marriages could be wanting, marriages could be having issues, and looking at it from one perspective or the other, the challenge could be love. So we move on and on the next thing, on the next build up of the topic of love, the introduction of the topic of love this Tuesday, and we'll be looking at the components of love, the components of love. And we began by saying that love is not words. Love is not only action that you run, you know, with words. Oh, I love you, I love you, I love you. Love is not only buying your spouse big stuff or small stuff, coming with chocolate, yet you are abusive, or yet you are careless, or yet you are not protective. Love is a component. Is like it is compact. Without one thing, something is missing. Or without another thing, that love is questionable. Like we said, without care, love is wishy-washy, is not complete. Is not complete. So what are the three components that we classified to be able to build like a build-up of love? Number one is intimacy. What do you understand from the word intimacy?
Intimacy is becoming closer. It's becoming one. It's becoming. Intimacy has a vast understanding. Intimacy can be sexual. Intimacy can be very, very close. Intimacy is being attached. You're very close. Very, very close. Yes.
Intimacy encompasses the feelings of attachment, the feelings of closeness, the feelings of connectedness, and the feelings of bondness. Okay, so it is exactly is it. You can decide to be intimate with your spouse sexually, or intimate with your spouse, or bond with your spouse by taking a walk.
Yeah.
Okay, by closeness, as we were talking about closeness, by checking on each other in the course of the day, all right, by connecting, sitting down and realizing, where are you, where are we as a person. You know, closeness is again also should not mean what is actually happening to us, is actually what is happening to you. Have I missed something from you? Have I missed one of the progresses or some of the new things that are happening or things that are affecting you as my spouse? So when we talk about intimacy, many people look at or think of intimacy as sexual. Many a times. You agree with that?
Yeah.
Many a times when we say I'm intimate, I want to get intimate with you. Many people think it is sex. It is, you know, the action.
Sex part of being intimate.
Yes, it is. It is now maybe there, depending on how you take the bonding.
Yeah.
It can be.
There are people, the only intimacy is that one.
The only intimacy they know is sex.
Which that's not it.
Yeah, it is not it. That's why love is deep.
Yes.
And one of the components of love is intimacy. Okay? And we are talking of intimacy now as a bond. You can decide today, I want to be intimate with my wife. How? Sexually. Or intimate with my wife. I want to bond with my wife. How have you been? Where are you in life? Are you happy? That is bonding. Okay? Closeness. I've realized I've not bought you coffee for a while. Let's go. We chit chat and talk about anything and everything. That's building the closeness pattern. And there's also being in contact with one another. You know, like I know per now where my husband is emotionally, physically, okay, spiritually. I have a data of what is happening in the life of my husband. Attachment. Okay, are you attached to your spouse? Like, if they're not there, do you miss them? Would you want to still keep their company? Would you want to still be around them for the next I don't know how many years? So intimacy has been mistaken, has been taken wrongly many a times to be only sexual, which today we are learning that it is a component of love, and it comes in different ways. It comes as a bonding, it comes as being in contact, it comes as an attachment, it comes as a feeling of attachment, closeness. You know, you want to be with your spouse, or you want to be where your spouse is. So that means if the attachment, if the closeness, if the bonding, if the contactness is not there, there is a problem with the intimacy. Is it?
Yeah, it is. Yes. The matter of fact, intimacy builds up love. It deepens it. Inakuwa na uzito fulani. When you're intimate, when you just meet and you cuddle, when you just go out for a walk, when you go for a cup of coffee, you go for a drive, you have a moment of talking, you have a moment of sharing emotional stuff. Kila mtu alipotea. You find the woman no longer feels anything. Whether the man dies or is alive, so the man does not feel anything because there's no intimacy. And also, as we talk about love here and attraction, we're doing also intimacy. You discover, for example, when you met, you are talking a lot. You are meeting a lot. So you felt, we want to take these our meetings. We want to take these our eatings into another level. So we want to be together now. Tuko wawili kwa nyumba sisi wawili. So you see, that was intimacy that ran so deep to an extent. Now you wanted more than just meeting for 2 hours and you go your separate ways. So love can never be brewed without intimacy.
And as the word suggests, in the inti itself, it means inward. Okay? Bonding is not physical. Okay? Like when we say we are bonding, is the action part is there, but the thing that is being registered is what? the one that the inward part. Okay, when we say we are having a couple is having sexual intimacy, you can't touch the thing itself, but it is physical.
Yes.
Okay, so at the end of the day, the intimacy, for me, I look at it as the depth, the the protrusion of your spouse, protruding into the innermost parts of who? Of your spouse. Okay, by bonding, by being attached, by being close, by doing what? By being in contact. Okay, in contact, like and for me, the contact part really could highly affect like the long distance couples.
A lot.
Okay,
a lot.
The attachment, okay, the closeness completely. I think highly if a couple is distant, having one is living in one area of the world and the other one on the other, intimacy is really affected. Because completely you can't have the quote unquote the sexual, you can't have the attachment is not there, the closeness is not there, the bondness is not there. When do you bond? On phone?
You talk about
yeah. it becomes very difficult. That is why for me, as I think I was even talking to someone on Sunday and telling them I really advocate for any couple to be together.
Yes.
God helping any couple, you should work, you should live together. At the end of 8 working hours, muonane. Okay, that way you can be able to brew the intimacy that comes with the bonding and all the other things that we have stated as what now makes the love be termed as intimate. Passion. Okay, the 3 components of love. One is intimacy. What makes love? Number 1 is intimacy.
Yes.
Number 2 is passion. Tell us about passion.
Give us the definition of passion.
All right. Passion is a state of intense longing for a union with one another.
An intense longing for a
union. A state of intense longing for a union with another or with one another.
What union?
Yeah.
United.
Yeah.
Trying to be together.
Yeah.
When you're passionate, when you're in love, passion really, and I think that's what I really believe that what made most people get married. Because fine, I love you, probably we'll be intimate once, twice, we meet, we talk, I drop you home, we pick again, but it grows to a point that you're so connected, you're so attached that all you want is to be together. So yeah, passion also creates that point whereby it makes love, it's a complement of love, whereby you really want to be with this person.
Okay.
Even if the person is in your house, probably, or you're living together, the passion of being intimate with the person, the desire to be together is very key. It makes love. Yes.
And passion is intense.
Very intense.
Okay. What kills passion in marriage?
Many things.
What kills, I think also, for me, the major part is siuko. Yeah, you're there now. What is it? What is the passion about everything? And you'll be here till Jesus returns.
Another thing that kills passion is battles, war, disagreement.
Yeah. So I think the first thing that kills passion, you have won this person. Now they are with you. You're seeing them every day. Okay. When you go where you're going, you will meet at the end of the day. So the drive. Okay, because I also look at passion as a drive, an inward drive that is making you long to be united with someone.
Yes.
Okay, so that means passion should be kept alive. If it is a component of love, being passionate, what drew you to that person should never die in your own eye. The pursuit, the drive.
But it can be killed.
It can die. We are not overlooking that. That's why I've said what kills the passion. Number 1 thing that kills the passion is iyo mazoeano. The atmosphere of I have conquered you. I have you. Okay. Number 2 is what you have said is battles. True. Battles and challenges in marriages kill the passion. Okay. Because there's no longer the sweetness of now what you're pursuing. I believe passion comes with, oh, this person is sweet, this person is good company, this person is, you want to be around them. So when there are battles, it means that you don't want to see that person. One. Two, there is a coldness or there is a certain war. Inwardly and physically. Maybe you're not talking to each other, or maybe you're struggling with one thing or another inside of you. It kills passion, true.
It does, yes.
Okay? So, as a couple, how do you keep your passion alive? Because it's a component that makes love. If you're not passionate to one another, then it means your love is, if it's supposed to be 100%, then it means your love is probably 60%.
My take will be, most of the time, look beyond what could kill it. Look for something that will still spark the passion, the love. Also, you as a person, create something that will make you likable. Something that will make somebody still have that drive for you. But first, look beyond the challenge. Look beyond what you're fighting. Because the truth is this. When you're having, for example, you stop taking them out for coffee. You stop being intimate with them. You stop. You always see a mistake in everything on a fire. Uyu kila siku ni kwaza. So you need to keep the passion. Go beyond the optical. Go beyond your vision. Go beyond what you can see. Look at this person with a different eye view. Number two, these fights, if you can minimize them or kill them. One thing I want to tell couples, if you can avoid issues in your marriage, avoid. Because the way you can handle issues, and that issue, you're tired. So it has killed the passion, it has killed intimacy, it has killed desire. So if you can avoid them, if you can minimize them, the better. It will help.
All right. That was we were handling on the passion part of the component of love. One, we said intimacy, the components, that is what makes love, is intimacy. We have said now passion. And then number 3 component is, there are 3 components that make love. 1 is intimacy, 2 is passion, 3 is commitment. Okay.
Commitment.
Okay. Commitment is a state of being dedicated to one another.
Yes. Simple.
Simple as that.
And I will say this. Once you are together, what keeps you together is not love. It's commitment. This is the thing. We are not in relationship to break away. We are not in marriage to live at some point. So when every partner must commit to that relationship, you must be able to commit. Give this relationship a chance not to die. So what you do is, for a relationship to be able to be very strong, very, very strong, every party, not all of you, not both of you, individually, you must commit. You must agree that I'm here to make sure this thing works.
How do you show your commitment to your partner wholly?
There are different ways.
Okay. One,
of showing your commitment.
showing your commitment.
Stay with them. Come now. I disagree on the matter whereby a man marries a woman and then the man leaves the wife and the kids and goes to another woman. Be with them. Stay there. Commitment is be there. There's nobody that you love, there's nobody that you love and you don't stay with them. So one of the commitment, when you show commitment, is stay. Be there. In whatever challenge you're facing, be available. Be there. Like, you cannot be telling me you're married and you rarely meet. You rarely stay with your wife. You rarely stay with your husband. Because there are people, if your husband is at home, that's the time you get time to disappear. When the man is not there, you're very happy. That is wrong. It means there's no commitment to this thing. So one way you show commitment is be available. Yes, you?
Commitment for me, how you show commitment is stick to one person. Your spouse, you chose that person. Okay? There's no way you can say you're committed to your wife or you're committed to your husband and you're cheating. Okay, that is no commitment. There is no commitment there at all. Because one of the ways that you say you want to get married, you choose one person. True? Okay? When you choose that one person, it means you're forsaking all others. So stay with that person. It's a choice you made. At that particular time, it was an exciting choice. At that particular time, is what you wanted. You were passionate for it. You were longing to be with that person. So how you show or build love by showing your commitment is let your eye be single. The thing of looking around as couples and you know, being distracted by money, being distracted by friends, being distracted by women, being distracted by men, all that is lack of commitment. And at the end of the day, it affects or it tampers with love.
That's true. Everybody has joined us. Everybody that is watching. Karibuni sana. Those are watching us on Facebook. They're watching us on SOA TV. On all the platforms. You know, you're welcome. You're watching us on YouTube in diaspora. You're very, very much welcome. God bless you. God bless you. Thank you for being part of us. We are so excited. Every Tuesday we call it Terrific Tuesday. It's a time we sit to discuss this thing called marriage. And so anytime we discuss marriage, many things happen. And one of the reasons why we have this broadcast is this program is so that somebody will be enriched, somebody will be built, somebody's home will work, somebody's marriage will become better. Everybody will enjoy something out of their marriage. And so we believe strongly that this is how what God is going to help you build. Now, very fast before our time, because our time is almost up, we want to come to types of marriage. Sorry, types of love. And this is where some people have made a mistake. There are people who don't know how to differentiate between one to another. So if you don't know exactly what attracted you or why you are with that person, then you can either stay or walk out. For example, one type of love is liking someone. You don't love them, but you like them. You like their company. You like their face. You like their body structure. You like their English. You like the way they do their things. You don't love them. If you stay with that person on that point, what will happen is this. A time will come, you'll stop liking those things. Then you'll feel like you want to go to the next level. That's the first type of love, whereby you just like somebody. So their charisma, their charm, their beauty, their brains really attracted you. You know? So that one should not be confused for other types of love. That's what, and there are many people who just like one another, right?
Yeah. And it's true, as you have said, many a times people get into marriage with like, not love. Okay? And nowadays it is so physical.
So yeah.
So physical. You confuse liking for love. Liking for me is the top layer. Love is deeper.
Yes.
Okay? Liking is what makes you look at someone and you say, wow, and that lady is beautiful. And that man is handsome. I think I'd love to know you better. That now takes you to the next step of dating. When you're dating someone, that is the point whereby now you get to realize if you love them. Okay? Or you get to realize this one was just an infatuation. Infatuations are now what are characterized by a lot of physical. Okay? You like, as you have said, their charm. You like the way they dress. You like the way they do their makeup. You like the way they carry themselves. You know, all that is infatuation. But at the end of the day, infatuation is too much encamped by like. Okay? Love is deep. Okay? Love is what makes you, as a man or as a woman, commit to marriage, which is now what we are talking about. Yes. So for me, like is the top layer, and which many people have confused and gotten into marriage with like. okay, entered into marriage with like, which like can never sustain. Like can never go any further.
No.
At some point, the infatuations, the things that pulled you will, you know, like evaporate, will fade, will go away. Then what next? Love is what sustains. Love is what makes you go through the high waters, you know, and come out and still be able to count 50 years down the line together as a couple. Yeah. So true, many people confuse love with like.
Then the second type of love is what she has just mentioned, infatuation, whereby you're obsessed by what you see in a person. You're just obsessed with the way they carry themselves. This is more, as she said, more physical, more of what your eyes can see, what is outside there. And this is the truth. Sometimes, this is the truth, and I'll talk to men. Sometimes what you see in the outside is not really what is in the inside. You might see a woman who looks very clean, smart, sharp. Let them remove that makeup. This is the best thing about us men. When we come out, we come as we are. Women have a lot. They put a lot. So if you're moved by what you saw, women are the ones that even add some, you know, somebody's adding some bam bam. They are not original. They're adding nails. They're adding color. They're swallowing things to brighten their skin. So if you go by that, you won't be real. So this is what is infatuation. That is where at some point you start cheating on your wife, because what you like, and then also, especially on the men's side, you will be infatuated. Jesus Christ, she looks very, very hot. Now, some of the things she has is self-man-made. Right? Let's even say it's God who made her like that. At some point, if you stay with that woman, things will change. She will give birth, her body will change. Probably many things will change. If you are attracted by what you saw, then you will not like what you see now. So what will you do? You'll walk out. Or that marriage will start having issues. So what you sustain a marriage, a relationship, the first type is liking, second one is infatuation. Those two you should not go for. And when it comes to liking, is when you give it a space to do what?
To grow.
To grow. You discover what you liked about that woman. It's not something that you can even condone 1 second. And then the image of we were sitting by my daughter was showing me how you can change your skin tone by Snapchat. You can look very cute. And so when you fall for that, it's not the real thing. So that's the second kind of love. The third one is what we call consummate love. Consummate. We can also call this. This is very, very nice. This is like the real one, whereby but then before we go that, maybe I think I've jumped. Is what we call romantic love. Tell us something about romantic love.
Romantic love is now for me, step by step at the dating zone. Okay, whereby now romance is blazing. Okay, you want to see this person like every other time. You want to be with this person like every other time. You want to take them out for coffee. You want to be in their presence and all that. Romance is a feeling, okay, and also it is something that you can brew as a couple. But as a stage, you get to liking. You first see the person and you like them. You go to now, I think I like what I see. Can I date you? Okay, and the girl says yes, or the gentleman says yes. Then it goes now to the romance state, whereby you are taking each other out for coffee, getting to know each other better, and all that. So that is the another stage of love, the romance part of it. Now, after the romance part of it, now is the next thing that you had mentioned.
Yeah. So before we come to the third one, which is consummate, the other one that I missed here is called companion love. The companion love is a very dangerous love. Let me give you an example. Someone asked, what is that? For example, you meet this girl and you maybe she's a house help or assistant somewhere, and then you liked her, then bam, 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 you sleep with her, and she gets pregnant. So why you take her in? You didn't love her. You're with her, she's your companion because of the child. Or your husband is mistreating you. So you go forward for a man, not that you like him, but all you want is his company, his friendship, being around him. It can deceive you that you have something for that person. It can deceive you that you love that person. You're in love. Most of the time, people call it a rebound. You're with someone because of something that happened. It's a companionship love. This is whereby you because you have been going through issues in your marriage, you talk to another woman about the same issues, and then you people create an attraction. Out of that attraction, you confuse it with love. Then you start being together, probably living together. The worst part with that one is it will get to a point you will be tired. As a man, utachoka. This is not what I wanted. You will feel unsatisfied, right?
Yeah.
You'll feel this is not what I wanted. So what will make you do? You start cheating. You start going out. Your eyes, because your heart is not satisfied, your eyes still go out there, and as you find, there are men that are living with women today because of a circumstance. Your parents insisted, msichana, amtoka familia mzuri, go shago, tunawajua vizuri, msichana. Mpaka wakulete. Useme, mom, acha kama. But now your heart was not there. So what will happen is you move. You'll go to another woman or another man. So cheating starts from there. Then now we go to the last one, is consummate love. This is a love that binds. This is a love that do or die. This is a love that is selfless. This is the pure, genuine love. This is a love that comes from God. This is a love that goes beyond infatuation, goes beyond liking, goes beyond companionship, goes beyond romance. It might go through some of these stages, but at the end of the day, all you want is you people to be together. You want to be, you want to swallow you and you swallow her. Mm-hmm. What's your thought?
Consummate love is the ultimate love, is the final stage of love. Mm-hmm. Okay? And thank God that most marriages get into marriage with the consummate love.
Not all.
Most of them. That's why I didn't say all. I said most. Yeah? Most marriages...
If that is it,
yeah.
Why is it that there's too much separation and too much cheating?
Challenges that come along the way. We are talking about when people get married. What most of them enter into marriage with, especially with the white weddings, is consummate love. Okay? You have loved someone, you have liked someone, you have romanced that person, you want the company, okay? So it has now gone to now we cannot just be companions. We cannot be staying together today and a few hours you're gone. Can we consummate this thing? Consummation now is what now is bringing the two of you to become one. Consummating your marriage, consummating your love, all that is now bringing yourselves now to become one. And that is what now is marriage. Okay? So many people, especially those that marry well, have a white wedding, follow the Christian guidelines. Follow the Christian guidelines of dating, and then eventually have a white wedding. Follow that path of liking, romance, companion. Then you get into the point of now, we want to consummate this love. When you say you want to consummate your love, you mean what? We want to make ourselves now become one. And that is now what we call marriage. And that is what I said. Many marriages, luckily or by God's grace, enter or come into marriage with a consummate love, which challenges can shake it. Okay? Issues can arise and make that consummate love look like consummate hate. Okay? But at the end of the day, if God is the one that built and brought the two of you together, it can always be made.
Yes, it can always be made. And so that is where, so in this state of love, or this month of love, you need to really look into it, Juliet. Because you can consummate, but because you like each other. You're living together, and that is where you need to define. And there are signs that show that this one is, I think we'll get there in between as we handle this topic this month. So there are things that there are signs that show you are in a relationship, but you're in the wrong relationship. There are things that just show I shouldn't be here. I made a mistake. And that time you have 5 children. That time you have 3. That time you have 7. And that's when you find some people at a certain age. And I'm so you need to define and really know. And the best thing about the consummate love is this, that it beats all odds. It overcomes all challenges. It overtakes every hurdle. So whatever comes your way, you have capacity, tenacity, ability to jump it. Tabatu kwetu nguvu tu ulipata tu. Kahewa ukaruko kitu. You look back, you wonder, how did I? It's because this thing was from God, original from God. And so what has it done? It has put you on a spot whereby we have overcome this one. Not that we have endured, we've overcome it. So that's where now it becomes more important. Right?
Very
so
right.
It's very, very, very key for you to understand that this is where we're going. And I want to say something here. Never ever live with someone that your heart does not click with. Never ever live with someone that you don't feel 100% convinced that I want to be with this person. Why? Marriage is not walk-ins and walk-out. If you go to this what do you call it, supermarkets, shopping malls, there are people they call walk-ins or salons. This one, we don't know where they has come from, but it's inside. I mean, get to. Marriage is not a walk-in. It's not a place you enter today and tomorrow you're out. It will cost you. It will cost you. And then number 2, for how long will you do that? So what needs to happen is, if you're going to stay in marriage, make sure it is exactly what you want. And this is a thing. Marriage is not for 2 seconds. It's not for 2 days. It's not for 20 years. It's not for 30 years. It's until Jesus returns. So there should not be a room for we are here, then we are leaving each other. It wouldn't be right. All right. Before we conclude our program tonight, I have a question. As we usually do it before the end of the program, is a question we float around so we can hear your comment, your thoughts, your mind. So those are watching us on TV, those are watching us on social media handles. I want to ask a question, and then I want you to give me an answer very, very fast, and then so we can help a sister or a brother who has this problem. This is a question. A lady, she's married and she has 1 daughter, and then they struggle with the husband. They're still struggling with the husband, and then the husband meets another woman who is like somehow supporting. No, the lady has 3 children. So this man got another woman who somehow is a bit financially able than the wife now. And so there are issues in marriage, fights here and there, and the man decided to step out. When the man stepped out, he went to the other woman. So, but he agreed with the current wife, or rather the wife, the mother of his children, that he has to come see the children. So where the wife is, where the lady is living, or the wife is living, or the mother of the children is living, is one who pays rent. So the man said that she wants the woman to be excusing him, from Friday night until Sunday evening. So he works somewhere in Machakos. So he'll be going to Machakos to work. So the lady has been forced to rent another house. So Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, Thursday is with the children. They live together. But on Friday, she has to go to her other house because the man is coming. Now the man has been transferred to another place, and the in-laws, the parents-in-law of this lady, and the husband, they want to take the children and the document. Do you think, by the virtue of this woman leaving her husband with the children, is safe? Number two, do you think that you give children's documents to the in-laws, that birth certificate and some few properties that the husband had written in the name of the children, some little investment here and there? So do you think it is wise for the woman to say, okay, he's the father of the children, and the children like their father, and their father likes, the man loves his children? Number one problem is that, do you think it's right for the woman to keep on living Friday, come back on Monday morning when the husband has gone? The husband has another home. The husband told her, I'm happy that side, but every Friday I'm coming to sleep here because of the children. Number two, I want all the documents that pertains to the children, birth certificates, and also I want what do you call it? I want the little documents for investment for the kids. What is your take? What do you think the lady should do? Should she give the man the documents? Should she continue allowing the man to stay with the kids, and she keeps on moving from one house to another? She has two houses, and the husband now means also he has two houses. So what is your take? What is your feeling? Give us your feedback. Call us or text 0727 438 728 or 0705
899 608.
Or you can also send your answer to our social media handles, sawatv.ke.
Yes. Or Rev B and Sound of Abundance Facebook page.
Yes.
Also Ladies of Royal Distinction Facebook page.
Talk to us. Those who are watching us on social media, they're watching us on TV, send us a text 0705 899 608 or 0727 438 728.
Why don't you paraphrase that question again? It was too long.
The question is, this lady has been married and now they're separated. And the husband has been paying the rent. He left the wife because of another lady, and he said it's comfortable there. He had 3 children with the wife. They separated. So the man pays the rent where the kids are with their mother. So he comes on Friday, Saturday, and Sunday to stay with the kids. So when the man comes, the lady leaves the house. The lady leaves the house. She goes somewhere else where she has rented another house, where she'll be there Friday night, Saturday, and Sunday. Then comes back to the house where the kids are. Number 2, the in-laws, the parents of the man, and the man himself, they want the documents for the children. That is birth certificates, every document, and the little documents for the investment this man had put for the children. Do you think the woman should give the documents? What do you think the woman should do? Is it right that she leaves this man with the kids for 3 days and comes back? The kids love their father, and this man loves the children. Do you think it is okay? Talk to us.
I think also there are 2 questions here that have come. So I don't know how we handle that. I think we just very quickly handle the question that you have posed, and then we can handle these 2 because there are concerns that they need us to handle for them.
Okay. Somebody is saying, Mercy Kemboy, none of the above is safe. Anything can happen. Okay. Somebody say, please talk on the phone issues. Talk on issue of phones.
That's another question.
Okay. So I think that we should make it a topic by itself. Okay. SWAT TV.
Okay. On SWAT TV is a question.
Okay.
Or entirely different. So can we wrap up on this question that you've asked so that we handle these questions?
Okay.
Okay.
What is your take?
My take is
and those who are still watching on social media and those at home, please, I'm waiting to hear your comment. Send a text on 0727 438 728. Yes.
My take is leaving her house for the former husband and her children is wrong. If the father has come to see the children, I think her presence is required. Because again, also as women, we need to come out from the point where of carelessness. A certain level of carelessness could be there is still some animosity between the former husband and her. That is why she behaves like so, you know, walking out and leaving the man with the children. You do whatever you're doing with your children, or maybe even she sees it as her own free time. I've been with the kids the whole week, so it's your time now to be with the kids. Yes. But at the end of the day, whichever way she's looking at it, it's not right. At all. It is not right. When your former husband has come to see the children, I think it's just nice and good for you to be there for your children as a family, okay? Because now this is their father and you're their mother. So just give that attention and time to your children by accommodating their father over that weekend. And who knows, probably the marriage can be mended by that, because 3 days are a lot. Coming every 3 days, Friday, Saturday and Sunday, to come and see the children is ample time probably for the two to be able to mend their home. So applicably, she should be able to stay those 3 days.
I asked her, she said the last time she did that, the man almost killed her. The man is violent. That's the last time. Somebody is saying on SOA TV, saying...
I should have finished answering.
Oh, you're done? Sorry.
Yeah. So as much as if someone wants to kill you, how much can they kill your children when you're not there? Because that person who is violent is not only violent on you, is a nature in them. And you don't know what is manipulating them. And wherever they are from that other strange woman, you do not know what powers they've come with. It is still not safe for her to go and leave the former husband with the children. It is not safe. As a mother, there is always something that you can protect on your children when you're there. So when you're not there for those 3 days, it is, I think, it's opening a major loophole for your children with the devil. Number 2, the documents. Why should she give out the documents? For me, it's a no. It's a total no. The documents remain with the one with the children. And she's the one currently with the children. Okay. Question.
Before we go there, my producer is saying our time is almost up.
Yeah.
So let me just read one of the comments from on those I've read on TV. A marriage is not a contract, but a covenant, and it has no exit. Then saying, my take, this lady should take the children and allow the man to only visit.
Yeah.
Okay. As we come to the conclusion, those who are still sending on social media, on text, kindly go doing so, and God will bless. Very fast, 3 minutes.
Yeah, very fast we answer this, so we help these ones because it's not good to close out on them. Hello, Rev and Mrs. Akama. I'm Dorcas, watching from Thika. I'm married with 2 kids. I have a question. How do I become more of a lady in marriage? Sometimes I feel I'm not enough for him. 2, what makes a woman feel like a maid or servant in her marriage? So first question is, I have a question. How do I become more of a lady in marriage? Sometimes I feel I'm not enough for him. Number 1, being a lady, I'm going to talk to you. You need confidence. You need to be assured. You need to be secure as a woman by your own self. That one, you're the only one who can make it for yourself. Okay? If you're already questioning if you're a woman enough for him, it means you have self-doubt, you have low self-esteem. So how should you build yourself as a woman? Come around materials that build you as a person. Build yourself physically. Build yourself, empower yourself as a woman. Gather confidence. Know you're enough for him. Okay? That alone will be able to put you on the platform of kujijaza. Unajua, feeling I am, that man chose me. So at the end of the day, I am good enough for him. So that one is something that you need to work on personally, and it involves highly self-esteem issues. Question number 2 is, 2, what makes a woman feel like a maid or servant in her marriage? I think again is the issue of self-esteem. If you're serving your family, serving your husband by, maybe cooking, washing clothes, maybe you're a stay-at-home mom, and then it translates now you're feeling like a maid, again it means you have not embraced your position as a woman or as a mother or as a wife well to be able to do those chores gracefully. So again, you need to really work on yourself, as I would say, really build yourself, empower yourself, get to know where these small feelings of incompetence or small feelings of inadequacies are coming from, and then ziba, close in that gap, and then from there on you'll begin to grow from one step to the other. I think that question was directed to a woman. So it says, hi, mimi niko na shida, nilipatana na mwanaume alikuwa ameachana na bibi yake na ako na mtoto kijana. Shida alinioa na nikona but siko sure kama ananipenda, anakunywa sana. Answer that one. She got married to a man who has one child and then living with a man currently, and she's not sure.
The first mistake is this.
And then the man is really drinking.
Shida ya kwanza ni kupata na mtu na kuweza kuishi na yeye na huko sure unampenda ama nakupenda. That's the first mistake. Wewe unafaa kwa sure unapendwa. So kama uko sure na mbona usha make the wrong move, you're already inside kwa nyumba yake. So inafaa ya kwanza mistake kitu ya kwanza, what you should do first is to make sure, and this to any lady or any man, make sure the person you are moving in with or you're going to live with or you're going to marry is someone that you love and they love you. Usipende mtu akupendi, usijina mtu akutaki. That is one. Kama uko sure anakupenda, muulize, "Wait, do you really love me?" Muulize, because that's the only way utajua kupenda. Na atakwambia sikupendi ama nakupenda. And whatever he tells you, take it. Una option. Number 2, anakunywa sana, muombe. Kama anakunywa, kukunywa maanisha akupendi. So what do you pay akutupa bondage yake tu, is in own bondage. So what do? You pray for him, God will deliver him. But never get in a relationship that it's only you who is in love and the other person is not in love. Na kama uko sure, uliza, kiatakwambia take it.
Kwangu na filio setup ya foundation kwanza ulianza kwa hiyo ndoa ni makosa. If I can advise you, kama naweza kukuongelesha vitofauti, ni you need to walk out of that marriage and know what you want before settling.
Yes.
If you're in a marriage that 1, you entered wrongly, 2, the man has a child, 3, you're still confused, you don't know if you did the right thing or if the man loves you, and then 4, the man is drinking, the whole setup is wrong. So the first thing you need to do is come out. If the thing will now get a straight alignment, then you still feel you want to come back into the marriage, then at least you'll have done a personal evaluation when you're outside. But as of now, mimi nakwambia utoke. Toka kwanza, utengeneze ukiwa nje, ama uweke akili yako pamoja. Sabu kila kitu kwa hiyo ndoa kwa sasa iko vibaya.
And number 2, this might sound a bit out of context, but never ever be in a hurry to marry a man who has left his wife. Usikue na haraka ya kuolewa na mtu ambaye bibi yake kwa nini alimwacha. And I will tell you something about men. Men, when they go to another woman, they will always say their wives are bad. And a woman, when they go to their home or somewhere else, they will say the man is bad. In short, kill them to defend. So what needs to happen is this. For me, I wouldn't advise a lady to go to a married man. I'm only a child. It's a wrong foundation. Equal to mingi. And if you have to, create time to know each other. Utapateli kilifanya tena ule ndio bwana anafanya kumwachana. As a Christian, that is not the way we should go. Where you should help that man go back to his wife, not take him. You might disagree with me, fine, but that's the truth. As Christians, if you guys as Christians, it's a wrong foundation. It's a wrong way. We don't want to agree that somebody can leave his wife and you marry. Biblically, it's wrong. There are biblical standards that gives you room, but it's a sign of another day. So we should try and avoid that. Now, lastly, we need to address the phone issues.
That one is a topic on its own. Allow us to look for a day probably in the month of March, we handle it as a topic. It is deep. We can't even touch on it now.
Yes.
Thank you for giving us a topic that we can handle. Yeah.
And please, if you have any topic you want us to handle.
Yes, like that one.
Like that one.
Yeah.
We'll be so
we
glad
will
to
look
address.
for a day that we can handle the phone issue. These smartphones have come to finish homes. And it's important, it is very important that we know how to live with them. Because they are advancing every day. They are not dying.
They're becoming better.
They are becoming better. Companies are removing better by the day. China is not sleeping. Okay? So these phones are here to stay. How do we live with phones in marriages? That's a topic for another day. A very wholesome one.
Yes.
Yeah.
We'll do that.
Yeah.
Right. Because of time, we believe you have been blessed. We believe you had a wonderful time. We want to appreciate everyone that was able to send their comments, give their feedbacks on this thing called marriage. Those who have been watching us from home, God bless you. Every Tuesday, remember, we sit on this seat just to discuss this thing called
marriage.
Because we believe that marriage is good.
Marriage works. If only you work it.
Also remember, before we say kwaheri, is that tomorrow we have our evening service. It's our communion service from 6 in the evening here at the Lord City, Sound of Abundance. And just for the record, for those who are watching us for the first time, yes, we are a married couple and we pastor Sound of Abundance Church. We believe that God has helped you, you have learned something, and your marriage is becoming better. Next time when you have this program on Tuesday, make sure your husband or your spouse or friends are there to watch with you. Last words.
Parting short, marriage works. You only need to put the work part in it.
Mm-hmm. Marriage is sweet. Marriage can be blissful. Only decide it has to be worked. And when you do that, you work it out, you'll definitely enjoy it. God bless you. God bless you. God keep you. Keep watching Sawa TV.
Touching lives with the power of love.
God bless you. Shalom.
Shalom. God bless you.
For now.
Bye.
I'm standing between 3 doors. Tell me which one should open first. My legs on Norway. Other leg is in Tunisia. But this one is in Qatar. Which one do we open? Name of Jesus.
Reverend Akama, forgive.
My name is Reverend Bernard Akama, the senior pastor of Sound of Abundance Church International. By the grace of God, I thank God because this year has begun well. We have seen the mighty hand of God. Every time we gather in the house of God, we always experience the mighty move of the Spirit of God. Listen to me. Are you a prayer? Are you under bone? Are you in a place you need to hear the voice of God? Are you in a place where you need to get direction? What is God saying concerning your life? Are there battles you don't understand? Are you going through a moment of torment, demonic torment, satanic harassment, evil dreams, satanic bad attacks in the night and during the day? Are you having battles in your finances, battles in your marriage, and you need deliverance?
The man took 17 nails from where you are building, and he began to eat every one of them down. From that time, the first nail he will struggle, second nail he will suffer, second nail none of our children will do well.
I want to invite you for our PhD service every first Sunday of every month. We're going to be having PhD, prophetic healing and deliverance. To be a time when the power of God will be moving. To be a time for the prophetic.
One time you had a dream. In this dream you saw wedding, but you could not see the person. After a while, the wedding stopped. Nothing happened. From that day, you will meet a man. When you're about to go the next level, everything will go quiet. The man will disappear. The next thing if you follow is insult. You start having battles. Somebody put a veil that when the time you are going to marry, your face will change and you will not marry. But I walk this year and I'm seeing an engagement. I'm seeing an engagement. When the year began, you told God, settle me. I want to get married. God had it. I see 12 angels around you. One of them, the assignment is for marriage. You shall marry. Amen. Power.
The time for healing
In the name of Jesus. The name of Jesus. Kuja. The name of Jesus.
the time for deliverance.
Come on now. Come on. Larry, come on. Fire, come on.
It will be on the 6th of February from 2 p.m. here at the Lord City. Don't miss it for anything. When I see your face, I will prophesy life will be better for you.